Welcome everybody to CEWT podcast. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm Gary Salazar. I'm the Director of Continuing Ed and Workforce Training. We're part of Idaho State University's College of Technology, and we provide educational classes, non-credit educational classes to our community, workforce training, and apprenticeships. We're pleased here today as part of this continuing outreach effort of a podcast to be talking with two folks from the STech organization, Ryan Pitcher, Katie Leishman. They're going to be talking with us today a little bit about an upcoming summer camp. This is the Ignite Their Future summer camp. So we'll say hello to them in a minute. Just a reminder that our format today is going to be 20 minutes. And I never did start the clock, did I? It'll be 20 minutes from the time I start the clock. And at the end of 20 minutes, we will go ahead and stop it, no matter where we are in our conversation. And then I'll go ahead and wrap it up at that point. So welcome, Ryan. Welcome, Katie. Thank you for joining us. As you can see, this is kind of a carefree, easygoing way to talk about things. We've enjoyed it in the past. I look forward to talking with both of you about this summer camp. So let's start, though, with having you talk a little bit about yourself so people get a sense of the history of who you are and where you came from. Let's go with Katie first. Is that okay?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm Katie Leishman, and I'm the Power Careers Advocate at the College of Technology, specifically with the Energy Systems Technology and Education Center.
Wow.
And Power Careers stands for providing opportunity for women in energy-related career fields. But I'm also the Ignite Their Future summer camp coordinator.
Cool.
So I get to do two really cool jobs over at the College of Technology.
And how long have you been doing this?
Just a little over 2 years.
Okay, so you were involved with the summer camp last year.
I was, yes.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Ryan, how about a little history on you?
Yeah, so my name is Ryan Pitcher. I grew up here in Southeast Idaho, and I'm an ISU alumni. I ventured out into Oregon and worked out in Oregon for a while, and I love teaching, so I came back and I've been teaching ISU for about 8 years now, and during that time I've done some administrative work and kind of bounced around and done some pretty fun things with the College of Technology, and kind of my next endeavor has been this Ignite Their Future. I've over the last 8 years I've participated in a lot of outreach events, and there's been kind of a gap that I saw, and we wanted to take all the successes that we've seen from the College of Technology and within the Energy Systems Technology and Education Center and leverage all those successes together to deliver a great opportunity for our K through 12 teachers and our regional students.
That's terrific. Thank you. And what was your background originally, the degree that you started with, and you went to work at Oregon?
So I graduated with an Associates of Applied Science in Electronic Systems, and I went to work for a company called Maxim Integrated Products, and I was a manufacturing test engineer.
Wow.
So I got to travel all over the world. I did engineering training, technician training, then I repaired test equipment that did essentially as performance verification on semiconductor devices.
So we were real fortunate to get you here at Idaho State University. And I just got to let everybody know that Ryan was recently the chair of that department. He stepped down when they found somebody else. You were the interim. They were looking for somebody, but you held that for a long time, and I got a chance to associate with him. And while he was a chair, he was also carrying a full load of teaching classes at the same time. So you've been excessively busy. And since you've turned that over, then you've been putting your energies to other things. So thank you for that as well. All right, let's talk a little bit about Ignite Their Future. This is a camp. This was your idea, if I recall correctly.
Well, it's a continuation of different things that we've done. There's been Teach the Teachers. Back in 2004, they did some student camps. We've done different camps throughout the years. So it's kind of just formalizing a strategic plan to be able to do a long-term initiative that's going to support K through 12 educators and the students. So it's nothing new. It's maybe just, again, leveraging our strengths together to make a great program.
So, but it's new out here. This is now year number 2.
Yeah, this is the first time. There's nothing else. There's no other format that does what we're doing that I've seen out there, so I mean it is new in that. But it's new in that sense that no one else is doing what, and kind of specifically on that is we're bringing in K through 12 educators, and we pair them with technical instructors, and then over the course of a week, the technical instructors teach the teachers, and the teachers develop lesson plans that are age appropriate for the grades and mapped to state standards, come up with assessment rubrics for the kids, and then the teachers stay on and deliver the camp to the kids.
That's tremendous. So there's a benefit to the teachers as well for professional training, as well as to the school being able to deliver this, and the additional benefit being to the kids who come through this. And on the logistics side, Katie, you've joined us now for 2 years, and you've helped put this together. What kind of challenges have you seen in this?
Well, last year I was not the summer camp coordinator, but I did help during the week of the camp, and it was a blast to get to see those kids.
What did you do?
I got to go around and take pictures, and I did a little bit of videoing, and just kind of helped direct kids where to go and make sure that everybody was in the camp strand that they needed to be in, and things like that. But so I really got to have the fun part in seeing them enjoy learning.
Okay, that's cool. But you also had a personal involvement with that too. You had a daughter who was one of the participants.
Yes.
How did that go?
She had so much fun. She was a 6th grader last year, so that was the youngest age group that we offered last year. This year we're opening it up to 4th graders and 5th graders. But she had so much fun, and she's just been looking forward to it all year long. So it was just wonderful to get to be there as a parent, and then also as helping putting that on.
So she's coming back again. She'll be going right through the same thing. Is that the same kind of camp that you had last year?
She will. She'll be coming back as a 7th grader, so it's within the same age group. So that age group is 6th through 8th graders, so middle school age group. But there's so many camp options that we have available that she picked 2 different camp strands, and so she's going to get to have a whole new learning experience. She'll get to learn new things in STEM that she didn't learn last year, and even if it was similar, it'll be something that she'll be able to build upon from her learning from last year.
Oh, that's excellent. So there's an interesting idea with this camp. Brian, I think you mentioned before this kind of a progressive kind of a camp. So students that come back, they continue to progress in their learning and the experience they get. Is that right?
Yeah, so we have for the 4th and 5th graders, we have some Scratch programming. So that was a programming language developed by MIT, and it's really a visual programming. So they're taking blocks and it's a more visual type of programming. But when they come back to the 6th through 8th grade, they can actually do Scratch with sensors. So now they actually get to start integrating circuits together and, kind of the building blocks for robotics, right? And then as they continue on, they can move on to Raspberry Pis with Python, and ultimately move up into doing VEX robots. And they'll build and program and code VEX robots for, that we have different local clubs that do competitions. So again, it's really about igniting their passion in these different fields. So yeah, there's progressive strands that will lead, and they a lot of the strands will align to different programs that we offer in the College of Technology and Idaho State University.
So in essence, what I think I'm hearing is while we're attracting a lot of kids and youth who have an interest, we're trying to show them where that can go. But there's potential for this being like a pipeline into greater education, whether they want to take it into advanced post-secondary education, or if they want to get a career early on. This is something that can help them see the possibilities. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. And we're working with the parents too. Katie's been coordinating a Parents' Day. So last year we had 40 participants, and every single participant, that's the kids, they brought in their parents and their family members. We had over nearly 200 people come in on the last day of the camp, and we said, well, hey, we're missing an opportunity here to engage with the families. So Katie's been working on doing a parent engagement, and so they'll actually be able to do some breakout sessions.
So we're going to see parents getting into Python coding, is that right?
They're going to get to come if their child was in the Python programming strand, then they will get to come and see what their kiddo learned that week. And if the kiddo programmed a game or something, they'll potentially get to play that game and all of that. So they will be a part of that camp strand, yeah.
Well, that's pretty neat. I'll bet you they're going to have a great experience with that. How many people are you expecting this year if we only had 40 last year?
Well, we're already having to double up on our 4th and 5th grade strands. We were kind of counting on about right around 100 students this year, and the demand has been so great, specifically in the 4th and 5th grade camps, that we're doubling that camp. So we had capacity for 24 4th and 5th graders, and we're now going to expand that to 48. So we're looking right around 125
125 total
kids.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
So you've gone from 40 to 125. You're adding parents in there. You're adding new challenges because you've also opened it up to earlier age groups. This thing's growing. Where do you see this thing going eventually? Like NASA?
Yeah. I think if you don't set your goals, you don't have anything to strive for. And I think Idaho State University has such a great, diverse number of programs to offer. We've partnered with the College of Science and Engineering. We've worked with the College of Education. And so I really feel that Southeast Idaho has the potential to have, this could be the STEM capital of the United States. I think that we're trying to have an affordable camp that benefits K through 12 teachers and students, and offers year-round ignition and engagement with our community.
Year-round ignition. So you'd see this potentially go on multiple camps throughout the year.
Yeah, the camps would go through the summer. I think the year-round ignition part would be that there's a lot of grants out there, and a teacher may apply for a grant, and they might get granted to get 20 VEX robots. But if you're a teacher and you're trying to align to state standards, it can maybe be a little overwhelming on how do I integrate these VEX robots into my everyday curriculum. And so what we want to do is we want to help teachers do that. And we also, if the teachers are only using the VEX robots for a short period of the time of the year, then we could help coordinate moving VEX robots from one school district to another. A small rural community may not have the budget to go after and have robotics or some sort of strand like that. And our long-term goal would be to offer the support to those teachers throughout the school year, and when they're ready to have us come out, we'd come out and bring the VEX robots out, do a little refresher with the teacher. They'd have the lesson plans that have participated in the camp. They can deliver to their students, and that's kind of the long-term goal, is that year-round engagement that way.
That's pretty good. That's pretty mobile. So are you involved with reaching out to, besides parents, to kids and teachers as well?
I am. So I work with the instructors and the professors that are helping to really, they're the subject matter experts for each strand. So I'm working with them. So like Alicia Knighting, who's our UAS instructor, I worked with her and she said, oh yeah, we'd love to come and do a new strand for you this year. So she's one of the new strands. So I work with instructors. And then I also work with trying to get out into the school districts and letting all the teachers know that we have these opportunities available to them. Great opportunities if they're willing to come and join us.
That's
for
awesome.
Summer camp.
And UAS is another word for drones?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
That's really popular because we know we have a class, a non-credit class, where we get a lot of introductory opportunities for students, and it just goes. It's always going. So this is terrific. I'll bet that strand fills up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to ask you again. Now, you have your daughter in this already, Katie, and you have a couple of siblings behind that.
I do. I have 5 kids total. My boys are this year going to be old enough to come to camp, and once they found out that they were old enough to come to camp and that we were doing camping again this year, they were so excited. They got on the computer with me, looked through all of the descriptions. If you go to the website to register, you can look up all of the different class titles or strand titles and the descriptions. And so we spent a good hour just reading through them and going back and forth. Okay, well, I like these two, and then they would rank them. They had so much fun trying to just pick the 2 strands.
That's cool.
So,
That's
yeah.
cool. So it begins even before camp. You know, the interest level there, the excitement is there.
Yeah.
That's incredible. How do you see this comparing to last year's? Outside of the growth, I mean, you see the same level of interest? Is the awareness growing out further and further?
Well, I mean, we've doubled in participation, like for registrants. So, so the kids that came last year are coming back, for more or less, and we have double the teachers already signed up that we had last year. So, I mean, we're really gaining some momentum. We intentionally kept things small last year so we could work out the logistics. We felt like it was better to have a high quality and maybe lower quantity but higher quality camp last year, and so we're being very careful and methodical as we grow this. This year we've partnering with COSI, College of Science and Engineering, to offer three other strands.
Yeah.
3 strands.
Yep.
So, and so every time we add that extra layer, that, branch out a little more, there's just a little more layer of complexity and logistics. And so we're being very methodical so we can ensure that we're maintaining good quality control.
Now, this is only here in southeastern Idaho right now. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as people begin to get a sense of what is happening, and particularly the growth and the interest, don't you think that others around the state are going to want to jump on board and say, me too?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. What we're hoping. I think that, there's that saying that we can have the sum greater than all the parts. I think we can have that. I think that, we see a lot of great efforts out there. And I think if we come together, we can have something even better, and we can bring in new ideas and the strengths from these different programs and the positive attributes and the skills, the knowledge, the dedication from across the state and the Pacific Northwest, really, into Southeast Idaho. And we want to partner with people. We don't want to do anything competitive or not in alignment with the other efforts that are happening. We want to be inclusive. Sure. So I think that as this grows, we're hoping that, there's no reason that we can't have people come and stay. We have dorms available. We have, meal plans. We could do room and board. I think the sky's the limit, because we have some great facilities here on Idaho State University's campus.
Right. Well, that's an ambitious goal, and you're probably going to get there. I'm curious, though, can you talk to us again about where are all these teachers coming from? Are they just from here in Pocatello, or are they coming from outside of Pocatello now?
We've got a couple from Blackfoot area,
Mm-hmm.
Idaho Falls,
Mm-hmm.
quite a few from School District 25 and Pocatello area. We've got some teachers from Grace Lutheran that are going to be joining us. Do you know?
Yeah, I think that's kind of just this region 4 or region 5 and 6. I think that as we grow and we have the room and board available, as in the coming years, I think that we'll see that we'll have more teachers come from out of area. We did an event down in Preston, and there was 3 teachers down there that they're looking at, like, are they going to carpool up, and so, but where the camp is 2 weeks and we're running, a full day, I think it's a little bit tough for some out of area teachers to come in and participate this year, because we're not offering the room and board, lodging options.
Right, so you've obviously been talking about this and thinking how we might do that, but I mean, is that a viable thing here? The university does have dorms, like you said, and they're available in the summertime. Does that still seem like it's a viable plan with the university? Have you gone anywhere with that?
Yeah, well, it's affordable, so it's affordable. So I don't see why there would be any oppositions, or I don't see any reasons why we couldn't make that happen.
Oh, that would be incredible to be able to do that and pull that off. I'd like to ask you both, from a personal perspective, what are your favorite parts of this camp? We'll start with you, Ryan. What was something that you liked from last year or you liked going into this year? I
actually just was really appreciative of having such a great team all around. It was, the very first day of the camp, I was ready to run around and put out fires. And I actually was kind of a little like, I got to go and check out the camps. Everything ran so smoothly. And so that was a real testament to the coordinators' work on the logistics side, our technical instructors, our teachers, and it was just amazing to watch these kids in the span of 1 week go from never maybe touching a robot to competing in a competition where they're running a robot around and
I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's all
We're
right.
gonna have to stop that. I meant to ask you, Katie, what you thought would be the favorite part for yourself. I imagine it might have had something to do with your daughter.
Part of it, yeah.
Part of it. Well, we're going to go ahead and stop here and wrap it all up. And I want to thank Ryan and Katie for joining us today to talk about the Ignite Their Future summer camp. It's going to be an awesome experience. For anybody who's interested in looking into this and finding out some more information or wanting to register, just come on down to cetrain.isu.edu and you'll find the information there. You can get your kids signed up, maybe even some parents as well.
And educators. We've still got some room, and they can be community educators too. They don't have to just be K through 12 educators.
Awesome. And that's it. So please join us. Take a look at our newsletter, sign up for our blog, and thank you for joining Sweet Talk.